Hey y'all, welcome back to Growin Strong Homestead. My name is Ashley, and if you haven't been here before, thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate it, and you definitely came at the right time. This is definitely the video you want to be here for. For everybody who has followed us through this entire journey, thank you so much for coming back. We're really excited you're here too. So this video has been requested over and over and over, and it's been a little crazy. If you don't know what's been going on with us lately in this past month or so, I just filmed a video, just posted early this morning about kind of what has been going on with our family, with our health. So if you'd like to know that, I can tag it somewhere and make sure that you guys can get a hold of that. If you hear cars or you hear wind, it's very windy today. We live in Southwest Oklahoma, where the wind basically never stops, but especially today, it is blowing and is going crazy, and it happens just to be a really busy morning with cars. You can kind of hear them going by, Aspen's barking at them, so please forgive any background noise that you hear. We recently posted on Facebook a homestead list for 2023, like a to-do list of things that we're hoping to implement and do in this new year. Now, most of those things already have wheels set in motion. We already have plans or things that we have set in place in order to make those happen. So this list isn't necessarily a wish list, a hoping list. 99% of the things on that list were things that we've already gotten in place that we're going to be doing. So this video is just going to be breaking those down a little bit further. There will be future videos really going into the nitty-gritty and the details of each individual item, and like kind of start a mini series on that, on those different things, like for rabbits, for this, for that. So this is just kind of going over generally what's going on and seeing what the new year is going to hold. I do have a list here to help me remember everything, so if you see me looking down, that's probably what I'm doing. Oh, it's so cold, and those dogs are very angry. All right, let's jump in. All right, first up is the farmer's market. We are so excited about this. That's why it's number one on the list. This is a thing that's probably going to be put into place most quickly because we've already done what we need to in order to sign up for it. So those of you who don't know, we live in Southwest Oklahoma. I mentioned it because of the wind. We're somewhere close to the Lawton area. So we are going to be going to the Duncan Farmers Market, which is about a 40-minute drive from here, not very far, but they are a small farming community that has a lot of the different things that we really appreciate as far as lifestyles and small farms and being able to support local farmers and different things like that. So we are going to be going there to the Duncan Farmers Market starting in March. We already have everything set up very closely to where it needs to be. There's a couple paperwork things that need to get done on their end, but we are so excited to be joining their farmers market. It's really going to be a great opportunity, and it's really going to get our brand off the ground and hopefully flying free really soon. As we are there, we have the opportunity to bring most all of our products. We're also going to be adding a few things, which are a couple of the other ones down on the list. Number one is succulents and houseplants. Now, I have done by myself, before my sister was involved with this, succulents and houseplants, just from my little rental that we had when Nick and I were first married. So I am familiar with how that works, but we are getting a commercial growing license for that, and sales license to be able to actually sell succulents at the farmers market. We're going to be doing house plants and also like cactuses and things like that. Things that are very easy to take care of that I can help people kind of navigate. We like to call them kind of the gateway plants to gardening because it just kind of helps people gain confidence when you can take care of a house plant and it's thriving, to maybe they'll put a couple pots on their porch and be able to grow peppers or tomatoes or other things for their family. So we're really excited to be able to offer that. Another thing we're going to be offering at the farmers market is laundry products. So we have a long list of different things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing kind of scent boosting, organic dryer sheets, because the stuff that we use really has really awful stuff in it. So we want to offer an alternative for people who are trying to pursue this lifestyle of living healthy and you know, replacing different normal household items with things that are better for their family, better for their health. So we're going to be doing that and some laundry detergent and a couple other really fun things. Along with that, of course, you guys are probably, if you've been following us at all, familiar that we sell homemade goat's milk soaps. We're going to continue doing that and scale it up even more. We're going to have a lot more scents. We're going to have a lot more varieties. We're even going to be adding a honey soap, which is going to be really incredible. I can't wait. It's going to smell amazing. And also some other like bath and body products, like body butters and bath salts and things like that, for people to be able to bring in and just be able to pamper themselves, but feel good about it because it's all natural and organic and eco-friendly. It's going to be really fun. We'll say a little bit more about that the closer we get and be able to actually introduce those products to you, but there's a little generalized overview. The fourth thing on that list is rabbits. And I probably could have put that down a little further, but that's one of the things that I'm most excited about. I am absolutely chomping at the bit to get this started. So with the health problems of my family right now, I'm not able to completely focus on it just because I want to make sure that they get the attention that they need. But we're going to be having homestead rabbits. Oh, we're so excited. We're going to have a couple breeder trios, so 2 does and a buck, of a couple different types of rabbits. We're going to kind of start small scale and then maybe move up a little bit. There's not people that I found a whole lot. There's a couple people, but not a whole lot of people who breed rabbits around here. So I think this is going to be a really great place to start something like this for the people who are in this area who are looking for something. Eventually, when we are able to get a bigger farm on some acreage, we will be doing meat rabbits and also like breeding trios, like actually being able to breed breeders for people for meat rabbits. Here, because of the laws and different things like that in our kind of suburban area, we are not allowed to process meat ourselves without like significant like licenses and jumping through hoops and breaking down red tape. So we are not going to be selling these necessarily for meat. People can use them as meat rabbits or meat rabbit breeders, but primarily we're going to be looking to be able to provide pets for people, or just get people started kind of knowing rabbits and what to do, so that hopefully they will be able to venture into meat rabbits eventually. So not necessarily for meat, but if people want to use them for that, then, you know, so be it. And just like, are you so excited about the baby bunny content that we're gonna have? Like, I just can't wait. All right, number 5, another one I'm super excited about. I'm super excited about all of them, but like this one's like near and dear to my heart. I've put a lot of hours into it, is home renovations. We are living in this suburban neighborhood. We bought a house when the market was not very good for buyers. It's a very cute little house. It's a great starter home. My husband and I are gonna be married 2 years here in February, so very soon. But it's definitely not great. It definitely meets our needs. We're very grateful to have it, but there are things that we want to get done to it to help us feel more comfortable living in it, to make it a little prettier to look at, to make it way more functional because it is not functional at all, and also to up the value for when we do sell it, because eventually we do want to find more land so that we can have bigger animals for the homestead and be able to scale up some of the things that we're doing. So this is kind of like a refresh. We're not going to be doing any heavy renovations, just things to help it look better and to function better while we're here, and then for the people who come after us, because we want to provide a good, solid home for somebody who's going to buy this from us one day. And we do not want to leave it like we bought it, because goodness, it's a treasure. So with that being said, the first place we're going to start with that is the kitchen, just because it is in need of an update. It doesn't look horrible, it's just not done very well. So we're going to do that because I really want to enjoy cooking in the kitchen again, and I kind of lost that joy when I moved to this house because it is not functional at all for the kind of food that I want to make. So we're going to do that to kind of help me feel more comfortable in this kitchen, but also, like I said, to help up the value in the future. Excuse me, we do not have a big budget. If you guys have been following us at all, we've been very transparent with our financial situation. We are basically doing this from scratch. Everything is going to be DIY. We're doing it with sweat equity and upcycled materials and things like that, but I think it's going to turn out really, really cute. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to like and subscribe to our videos, because it's going to be like a whole series, and I have a feeling it's probably going to be an adventure. Next up, sourdough. This is starting like this next week. I have tried to do sourdough before. One of my best friends who now lives in Washington State gave me a piece of her very beautifully fed sourdough, and I killed it within a week. So this has not been my greatest victory in the past, but this is a new year and we're gonna do it, because like you think of Homestead and the first thing you think of sourdough bread. Like I just have to do it. It's like my favorite thing ever. Also, some of you might not know, I actually have a very mild version of celiac disease. So it's closer to a sensitivity. It does make me very sick, but I'm not going to die if I eat wheat. But the only type of bread that I can eat without having any kind of symptoms or reaction is sourdough bread, because it breaks down the gluten. I don't know all the science that goes into it, but it works. I don't know why. So I want bread that I can eat, because I really love bread. And some of you might be thinking, why in the world would you put that on this list when like a sourdough starter takes like 7 days? Well, that's because we're not just going to be doing the sourdough starter, we're also going to be diving into how to cook with sourdough, because that's not something that I've ever done. And I think it's really useful, and it's a sustainable source of food and bread and baking and cooking, and it's a staple for so many people. And I'd really love to dive into that and like bring you guys along the journey and learn as you learn and try to figure these things out as we go. So I'm not an expert, but we are going to do our best to make it entertaining, and if we fail, we fail, and we'll start again. All right, these last two, I kind of want to switch the order of these, just because one is a way bigger project than the other. So instead, we're going to go start from the bottom of the list. There's only two things left here, and that is upcycled furniture. Now, you guys have probably seen all the little YouTube shorts about people who take furniture, they give it a good clean, a good sanding, a repaint with different hardware, and all of a sudden, out of this really awful rundown table, now it's gorgeous and beautiful, and they can sell it for $400. Well, that sounds like a dream come true. So we're gonna be doing that. It's definitely not as easy as they make it look. I have done this before for a couple different people. I actually made custom pieces for them. So it is very simple on paper, not very simple in application. And so it takes a lot of finesse and a lot of sweat equity, like we talked about earlier, a lot of time, a lot of effort, but it can be extremely lucrative. So one of the things we're going to be talking about on this channel over this next year is diversifying income. I have this next week planned a video completely talking about all the different streams of income that we plan to have this year, and how those can grow along with our channel, because right now we do not make money with YouTube at all. We don't make anything. So there are different things that we need to do in order to make an income. We want to make this our full-time income, and there's 3 of us, so we need to hustle and do everything we can. But this is one of the ways we're going to do it. I'll break that down a little bit more for you in future videos, but basically we're going to be remaking furniture for people, both custom and just generalized, so that people in the community can have really nice pieces of furniture at a good price. And last, but certainly not least, flowers. But Ashley, you've had flowers in your garden like this whole time. Yeah, we have, but this is different. So when we decided this year that we were going to be going all in and making as many of our dreams come true this year as humanly possible, one of the things that I have always wanted to do, and that my sister has always wanted to do, is have a cut flower farm. Now, I know these are kind of real hip and exciting right now. A lot of people are doing cut flowers, but really, it's incredible. It's a completely sustainable business, and for the amount of work that you actually have to do, you get a lot of product that people will always want. Cut flowers have been a thing since the beginning of time, and they're not going to go out of style anytime soon. It's something that we definitely want to jump on the bandwagon for. So what does that look like? Well, we're going to be transforming our yard. Right now, we have a really big backyard and a very large front yard. We sit on a little over half an acre. Our house is obviously a big portion of that, and that is not a lot of space. It might seem like a lot to people who are in smaller, more cramped, kind of cookie cutter residential areas, but for what we're wanting to do, that's not a lot of space. So how are we going to be doing it? We recently were able to acquire a large amount of broken fence posts. Now, the fence posts themselves are not broken, but the fence that it was actually connected to was broken, and they were replacing it. One of our neighbors was kind enough to donate these to us for any projects that we might have. This broken down gross fence is going to turn into a raised bed garden. Nothing super elaborate. We're just going to put kind of cornerstones and the basic structure around the sides. But sorry, I had to sneeze. Anyway, but they're going to turn into a raised bed garden where we can grow, you guessed it, cut flowers. This is huge in our area. We have a couple of people who do this from small gardens in their backyard, and can make a pretty significant amount of money, but also it's just fun. It just makes my soul sing. And I want to do things not only to make money on this homestead, but also things that just make me happy and make my sister happy. And we can look outside the windows and see a whole bunch of sunflowers in a row in our backyard and just feel the warmth of that and feel the happiness from that. But also it's really popular around here, and we want to jump on those trains, like I said, of things that are popular, because we are all in on this dream. So definitely we're going to be doing a lot of cut flowers. We're going to be doing sunflowers and zinnias and a whole bunch of other stuff. Again, more videos to come for that. But also our home garden. If you have been following us at all, then you know I love me a good garden. We don't have a lot of space here to do it, but I always garden in pots. You can kind of see some of the remnants of those back there. We garden in pots and different unique containers. I have a few tires and stuff over there, so we like to do that. We definitely are going to be putting an emphasis on that. That is mostly just for me to learn, so that when I have a big garden, I know how to grow peppers. and don't have to struggle with, you know, a 40-foot bed of them. I want to learn now while I have the chance to. We are just learning some of those things, and we definitely want to take this time that we're waiting for our dreams to happen to be able to learn and soak up as much information as we can about the things that we love doing. The sun is driving me nuts. I'm gonna move. I'll be right back. You're gonna see a bit of my neighbor's house over there, sorry. So we're still gonna be doing that. Our main focus this year is gonna be on the flowers, but we're still gonna be growing plants. Last year they didn't do so hot, mostly because we had a lot of emergencies come up to where I couldn't take care of my garden like I was planning to, and I just did not have the setup for it to be able to go a week without being watered. Also, we had over 100-degree days for like 2 months this summer, which just completely wiped out everything. I mean, everywhere around here. Unless you have a high tunnel or something that can kind of negate that negative, you know, heat and the bad things like that, the drought, hardly anybody had a good crop around here because of that. So we're going to be doing things a little bit different, but pretty much the same, in that we're just going to be making sure that we have systems in place to where things can be taken care of, and we can make sure everything is happy and healthy and grow as much food as we possibly can. So that is it, guys, for the things on the list. Now, of course, we have little kind of subgenres of things that we want to do. We definitely want to be posting more content, which we already have been posting at least every once in a while on our YouTube channel, but we want to up that. We want to make sure that we have at least 3 videos a week on our YouTube channel, that we're updating you guys. We're doing garden tours. We're showing you guys as we're building these beds, as we're going to the farmer's market. We want to show you every single step of the way, because the point of this channel is not necessarily for you guys just to see what we're doing and see that we're having fun and that we're living our dream. We want to teach. That's the whole point. Now, some of these things we haven't been taught ourselves. We're not experts, but we can learn things that we can pass on to you for people who want to be living this lifestyle, who want to be doing these things. We have really big things in the future. Over the next couple of years, our lives are going to change completely. And I can't wait to tell you about some of those plans. But for now, these are the things that we're putting into place to be able to use as stepping stones to get to that next level that we want to be at. So we can't have goats, we can't have a cow, we can't have those things right now, but we want to get there soon. So we're starting literally from the ground and working our way up. We don't have money, so there's a lot of people who are like, oh, you guys, you must be rich or you must be that, and it makes me giggle a lot, like it belly laugh, because we don't. If we're being completely transparent, a lot of times each month we only have what we have to pay bills and very little left over. And I'm talking like $12 in our banking account after bills are paid. It's not ideal, but that's why we want to do this, because I don't want to be like that forever. And that is okay for some people, and I think that's great, living paycheck to paycheck, if that's what you want to do, but we do not want to do that. And we want to be able to create something that is a legacy for our kids, so that they don't have to do that one day, that they have something they can step into and learn hard work and dedication and how it pays off and how you can reap the benefits of that. Anyway, I'm getting off into a little tangent. I can do that, of things I'm passionate about, and this is definitely one of them. So that's our homestead list for 2023. I know that a lot of those were still kind of vague, and I know it probably didn't answer all your questions, but the exciting part is you can ask your questions. Please comment them down below or on our Facebook page, or send us a direct message. We would love to hear your questions. And actually, plug here, we are going to be having a question and answer session with possibly my sister, but definitely my husband and I, because you guys have all been asking to see Nick. You see him in little pictures here and there, but like, who is Nick? Like, what does he do? Like, you know, he's not around. So, well, he provides for us, and he's gone a lot because he's taking care of our family. But we want to introduce him to you because he is a character, and you're absolutely gonna fall in love with him. I sure did. So ask your questions. We're gonna have a question and answer I don't know if we're going to do it live or we're just going to video it, but you can also put your suggestion for that down in the comments section. But for now, my friends, thank you so much for your support. I say that almost on every single video, but seriously, we're not very far into this whole journey, and the amount of support we've gotten is just absolutely substantial. And I'm just so honored and blessed to be part of this community. We are so excited to be moving our way up step by step into a community that is so positive and uplifting and so supportive of each other. We just want to be a little part of that. So thank you so much for stopping by today in this really long video, very wordy. I really appreciate it. And please, please, please let us know your questions down below, and let us know what you're excited about too, because that's important to me as well. All right, friends, you have a wonderful weekend. Keep growing strong. We'll see you next time.